1987, and in the city of Seattle, Washington, at around 11 a.m., 911 operators would receive a call that would change the course of history.
Hello, 911, what's your emergency?
There's a black man. He's carrying something that looks like a samurai sword.
Okay, calm down. Please don't racial profile.
Oh yeah, see? Welcome back to another video, man. Hope your day is going good. And in today's video, man, we're reacting to guy with sword versus 50 cops. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this shit sound like a movie, boy. I don't know, y'all boys watch Blade? What do you think, Zero?
He might have got one cop, possibly two. But we all know the police, bro. I already know how this ended.
Yeah. Let's see.
1987, and in the city of Seattle, Washington, at around 11 a.m., 911 operators would receive a call that would change the course of history.
Hello, 911, what's your emergency?
There's a black man. He's carrying something that looks like a samurai sword.
Okay, calm down. Please don't racial profile.
Oh yeah,
See? Oh yeah. He probably ain't even make it out the car, bro. What? He probably ain't even make it out the car. That was all the information I needed right there. That was all the information I needed.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit had me dead, bro. Even his voice is told, oh my gosh, you're the black man.
What?
He seems to be carrying a samurai sword.
He probably ain't make it out the car, bro. I already got all the information I needed.
Does he appear to be dangerous?
He's just standing there, but everyone's freaking out.
He's just standing
What
there.
is your current location?
2nd and Pike.
Okay, I want you to stay on the line. I'm going to alert law enforcement of the situation.
Just send help now,
stay
please.
calm for me, okay?
Yes, I'm very calm.
This call triggered an 11-hour standoff, which would forever immortalize the name of the Seattle Street
Shakes
Samurai.
off the tear gas with almost screeching and striking.
The man refuses to surrender his weapon without a fight.
There's talks
So
about
he
this
just
guy online,
standing
but
there.
they're from forever ago. So I just thought I'd make a contribution by putting this amazing story
yeah.
in a
That boy is of the culture. Yes, sir. You put the blade. I was just doing all this bullshit in the video, nigga.
digestible video format. I was genuinely floored to see that nobody had made a video about this, because this shit is insane. With nothing but sunglasses and a samurai sword to his name, this man held off an army of police officers for 11 hours. He withstood everything from getting shot to receiving a bribe in the form of a Big Mac, and just stood there. His name is Tony Allison, but on this day he insisted that everybody, including the police, refer to him as Apollo, and it all started with him doing nothing. Yeah, it didn't actually start with that 911 call. That was fake. Surprise. It was actually an off-duty police officer, and he was alerted about a man in...
I had a feeling that it was fake because it's like, bro, it sounded like AI. But that's what made it so comical. Is like it sounded so generic. Generic white guy is like, oh my gosh, he was a black guy right there standing with a samurai sword. That shit was funny there.
camo pants and a leather jacket that was quote-unquote disturbing. So this off-duty police officer decides to follow him from Pike's Place Market to the corner of 2nd and Pike. Bro, you're off-duty. Try hard much? Anyways, this is where you see him in the video. Now, Apollo was suspicious of this guy following him, and rightfully so. I would be as well. So he took what the cop describes as a defensive stance with his sword at the ready, which is understandable in a defense situation like this one. But sadly, that was enough for the off-duty cop to call his buddies, and they would remain in that same location for the next 11 hours. They closed all the stores, evacuated everybody, shut down all the streets, caused traffic jams. In case you guys are wondering whether he's actually dangerous with a sword, the news report made sure to seek out a trustworthy source.
The man confirms authorities' worst fears.
Yeah, he knows how to use the sword.
Bro, the news is racist. Because the man is holding a samurai sword, to assess his danger, they found a local Asian man. How dangerous is a man with a sword, sir? Because only your culture, we don't have swords. Like, bro, this is so racist, bro. Oh my god.
When the cops got there, apparently they tried to bribe the samurai sword out of his hand with a glorious sum of $50. I want you to take one look at this guy and guess how he responded.
Defensive stance.
No, but actually, verbally, he didn't say anything for the entire 11-hour standoff, except mentioning he had brothers in China and Russia and correcting police officers when they wouldn't refer to him as Apollo. He also said that he was possessed by demons and wanted to kill them.
He talked about Satan. He talked about his brothers in Russia and China, but he never really engaged the negotiator.
But yeah, he just refused to drop the sword. I don't know, I couldn't imagine why. However, the police did not give up here. They went back to the drawing board and came up with another offer. Now, I can't make this
It's your McDonald's Big Mac. You've got to taste.
They offered him a Big Mac. No, I'm serious, this is real. They offered him McDonald's targeted. And they assumed since he was unmoved by this, he must have a mental health history. They tried triggering schizophrenic urges. Of course, he was unmoved by these childish tricks and continued to stand his ground. So the police weren't sure what to do next. Since he wasn't attacking anybody, they had to get the sword out of his hand. They thought about throwing a net over him. They shot him with tranquilizer darts, which had no effect. They also shot him with those riot pellets, those little beanbags. Now, I don't know if you guys remember that scene in Jackass where they shot Johnny Knoxville with one of these things.
It's considered less lethal.
He was on the ground panting for like 20 minutes. He just shrugs it off. Anyways, 2 unfair nut shots later, he was still standing.
But he endures round after round and shows no sign of surrender.
So then they decided the best route to take is to tear gas him.
The man shakes off the tear gas with almost superhuman strength.
Spray him with a fire hose,
hoping that he will lose his...
This is a testament to black strength. Don't play with us.
What?
We've endured slavery. Not a lot of y'all niggas can.
The man had Shaolin monk training, bro.
Nah, bro. This nigga is
Not just anybody can withstand all of that. Tear gas, getting shot in the nuts with rubber pellets, bro. He a different breed. That nigga was Super Saiyan.
his grip on the sword. When that doesn't work, they turn the water pressure up, full blast.
and then pin him down with a ladder.
Those guys went down by the book exactly what they were supposed to do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Really?
I'm pretty sure this is the
Doing
definition
him
of by the book, actually. Now, when you look at this from the outside, who is in the wrong here?
Guns with special bean bags that strike with the same impact as a heavyweight boxer's punch.
Chemical agents or tear gas makes the suspect very uncomfortable. Burns his eyes,
wonder
burns
what's
his
the
skin,
cause
and it makes it difficult for him to breathe.
What did they
The
call
jets of
him?
water pack the force of a hurricane wind. Then, in a highly orchestrated maneuver, police pin the suspect down with a ladder,
pretty
pole,
sure there's a
and
law
riot
against
shield.
walking
By the
around
book
with a
exactly what they were
weapon
supposed to do.
in public.
Bro, what are they really charging this man with, bro? What can they really charge him with, bro? This nigga was just chilling, doing
That's what I'm saying, though. You gotta, but what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure there's a law for walking with a weapon in public.
Yeah, and
That's just like if you see somebody walking around with a gun, you go report it.
yeah, and then refusing to comply. Cops are trying to tell him to put down the weapon. He refused to.
Yeah,
You know, resisting arrest, all that shit. We're
yeah.
just gonna start adding shit on now. Because
What?
It's like, yeah, we told you no, and you said you were gonna do your own shit.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. You guys don't want to know my opinion. What do you guys think?
I
Would
think
you
you could
consider
too.
this excessive force? Let me know in the
I
comments.
would
You might
too.
think this man's had enough. But the tragedy of Tony Apollo Allison's story is not done. As it turns out, only a year prior to the sword incident, Tony Apollo Allison was released from Western State Hospital after finishing a 10-year sentence from a charge in which he pled not guilty due to insanity, a charge of second-degree assault with intent to rape. Before this incident, he was an alcoholic.
Oh, so this is just scum. Okay. All the praise I gave you earlier goes out the window.
like wandering the streets with a sword on his back, and now he's a man with his name engraved in history. He was later sent back to Western State Hospital. However, his current whereabouts are unknown. Until now, in a twist of events, I think I might have just found him, or at least some potential evidence he's still out protecting the city. Back in 2021, a dad was with his son at Bitter Lake Playfield, and while passing by a homeless encampment, spotted this distinct shiny object sticking out of the debris. Now, the location of this park happens to be about 50 miles away from Western State Hospital, or a mere 8.2 miles away from where this whole thing began. Now, due to Apollo's story being very old and many news sources doing very minuscule amounts of deep...
Well, that's pretty much the end of the video. Guys, man, the legend of Apollo continues.
It ended differently than I thought it would, bro. I thought it was gonna be like a dude driving or something and he got pulled over and then he pulled out a sword or something.
Yeah.
And then got shot up. Like, this is a whole different scenario.
I personally thought that, you know, it was gonna be like a standoff. Dude comes out with a sword, he's like fighting, cutting down cops. Niggas try to shoot at him, he's deflecting bullets. I thought this was movie time, boy. I was about to say, gang, whoa. But unfortunately, that is why that is a movie. And we live in the real world. A real world where a man stood up and refused to put down a sword, and so they gave him brute force to remove the sword. And that's the truth of it. Crazy how niggas will stand up for 11 hours until you do what they say, right? That's crazy. But anyways, on the topic of doing what someone else says, how about you go ahead and follow these socials right down below? How about you go ahead and follow and comment below? I greatly appreciate that, man. If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. You're a real one. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.